Hello everyone! This is Running on Empty Food Review. Well, hello ladies, gentlemen, and everyone watching. Welcome one and all to this newest edition of the Running on Empty Food Review series. I'm your host, the Report of the Week. Thanks for checking in. The trend continues. It's actually funny how it's been, but this is the way that it goes with fast food sometimes, where you get these waves of new releases, and then occasionally you get these periods where nothing really gets released, and then you have one of these odd times, which is what I am in the midst of right now, where you have establishment after establishment just bringing back the same old items. So for instance, I guess it was 3 reviews back, Taco Bell had released, or re-released now for the 15th time, their nacho fries. Then McDonald's re-released their spicy chicken McNuggets. And now Taco Bell has re-released their Grilled Cheese Burrito. But the one thing to give Taco Bell credit with this time around is that along with the re-release, the return of the Grilled Cheese Burrito, an announcement and a change. The announcement, they said, is that, all right, we know we've been bringing this back time and again, and we know that there's a lot of demand because a lot of people really like the Grilled Cheese Burrito. They said this time it's permanent. So if Taco Bell is staying true to their word, it is on the menu and it is staying there. So the Grilled Cheese Burrito is back, but this time around, it is here to stay. So considering that, this will probably be the last review of it that I do, because now it'll be here to stay and there won't really be any changes to be made. But the other thing that they announced is that normally with the Grilled Cheese Burrito from Taco Bell, it almost always came with their steak. And obviously, Taco Bell takes their steak very seriously. If you ever get the chance, if you ever go into a Taco Bell and you look into the back, you'll actually see the guys, they'll have the white chef's hats and everything, and you'll see them chopping up the steak and everything. I mean, it's a big process. I'd say filet mignon at least. But this time around they said that the Grilled Cheese Burrito, you could still get it with the steak, but you could also get it with seasoned beef. And I don't think I've ever reviewed it with the seasoned beef before, so it's going to be interesting to try it out and just see if there's any sort of noticeable discernible difference here. Now, as for the item itself, again, it's permanent on the menu. It's available at the price of $4.79 for the burrito itself. In my case, the price will vary based on where you get it. I had to pay $6 for it, but most of you watching will probably just have to pay $4.79, maybe around the $5 mark, for the Grilled Cheese Burrito. Now, this is one of those items that has a ton to it, so let's begin to delve into this. It has seasoned beef, seasoned rice, nacho cheese, Chipotle sauce, sour cream, Fiesta Strips, a 3-cheese blend, and then it is wrapped in a tortilla, and then the tortilla is wrapped around with another 3-cheese blend, thus giving the impression that you have the grilled cheese on the exterior. So it's a burrito loaded with tons of ingredients, tons of various elements to it, and then of course the big selling point, the exterior has that grilled cheese look, hence the name, the Grilled Cheese Burrito. This is one of those items where the name I think is very straightforward, and you know exactly what you're going to get. But as I said, in years past when I've tried this out, I've had it with the steak on it before, and I've enjoyed it. I have been a fan of the Grilled Cheese Burrito, and I've only had good things to say about it. But of course we know how Taco Bell is, and we'll see if the substitution from the steak to the seasoned beef makes any sort of difference. It comes in, looks like a double layer of wrapping. You can see it's got this paper around it here. There it is. I want to hold this up, but I'll tell you, there's going to be a very quick break. I'm going to get something, and it might look stupid, but I really couldn't care less, and I'll tell you in a moment, so I'll be right back. Alright, this might look stupid, and you could say whatever you want, but this is a good reason to have them on hand. Because what I obviously want to do is I want to hold up the burrito for you. I want to eat it normally. I want to show you what it looks like. And I've had this, and I was wishing I had done this in previous reviews because the outside, I could see it's just absolutely glistening in oil and grease. And obviously I want to handle it and take it out of the little wrapping and, obviously show it. But in previous times, and this might be just an important note if you want to get this, that sometimes it's a real pain to wash this stuff off your hands. It's just one of those times where it never really feels clean, and the oil just really gets in there. So I got myself some single-use gloves, and that way, problem solved. So might sound stupid, but hey, this is just what I want to do, so now I could give you the full and proper assessment, and then I haven't anything to worry about as far as any sort of stain or any of that goes. But as you could see right here, very oily, very greasy, the glistening cheese on the outside, and you could see just by handling it, you could see this is why I wanted to wear these gloves, even if it's silly. They come in handy, and I'm glad that I did. But yeah, you could see it's got some weight to it, most definitely does, but you could really see that glistening grilled cheese on the exterior. I mean, extremely, extremely oily. And then you could see the paper that it comes wrapped in. I don't know how well that's showing up, but there's more oil on that too. But yeah, I mean, it still looks good. Just obviously might be a little messy on the hands. You don't really want to be eating this and then give someone a handshake afterward. So with that said, I'm just going to eat it normally, and then I'll remove the gloves, the blessed, I guess you would call these the Grilled Cheese Burrito handling gloves, but then I'll remove them, get into the assessment. So yeah, I'll just try it out and see how it is this time around. The Grilled Cheese Burrito from Taco Bell looks good. You can see there is a side there that doesn't have the grilled cheese, but most of it is wrapped around, and that's how it usually looks. All right, I'll just try it out, try to give an assessment, and take it from there. It's going in. And one more bite. All right. See, now hands are clean. There's always a little bit of an uncertainty when it comes down to Taco Bell and some of the various items they're from, just because Taco Bell is not always, they're kind of consistently inconsistent. But I am pleased to report that the Grilled Cheese Burrito with the seasoned beef, they did a good job with it. The only criticism that I could even make is just the messiness of its appearance, in that, again, if, some people might consider it a bad thing, having all that oil and grease, on their hands. Even if you hold it with the paper, some of that might still get there, and you might consider that more of an annoyance than anything else. But look, if that's the only thing that I would even have to criticize, then that pretty much says, this isn't a bad product at all. Because it's not. I've always liked the grilled cheese burrito. The concept, it might be a little silly, but it's a good item. It's one of these items that has so many different ingredients. Are there some ingredients that probably aren't really all that necessary? Sure. But does everything work? Does everything blend together? Does all the various elements to it, do they complement each other? Yes. Does it taste good? Indeed it does. Overall, I am happy with it. What I notice, of course, it's a very cheesy burrito. I've always mentioned that in every assessment of this that I have done, but indeed this is one of the most prominent characteristics to it. You have that 3-cheese blend on the outside, which has a nice little crisp to it as well. It's nice. It adds to it, really does. Then you have the nacho cheese sauce in the burrito itself. You have the 3-cheese blend. There is cheese in every single bite of this, and that's a guarantee. So if you like all things cheesy, then this definitely is the burrito for you. What I also notice is the seasoned beef. There's a good amount of it there. Of course, it's flavorful. Yeah, it's not the highest quality stuff, but texturally speaking, it complements everything too. It tastes good. In this instance, that chipotle sauce really adds to it. This is one of those cases where I could really taste the chipotle sauce. It's very flavorful on its own, but the chipotle sauce, what I notice the most is that it adds a bit of a spicy kick, for lack of a better word. It just adds some spice, some extra flavor, and it really takes it up to the next level. So what I really notice here is that it's spicy. Again, not extremely. It's more of what I would describe like a flavorful spice. So it's not one of those things that you'd bite into it and you'd be saying, oh my gosh, I need milk, I need water, I need anything. None of that. It's just, oh yeah, there's a little bit of spice there, but it's flavorful. That's the best way to go about it. Some of the other ingredients are kind of just there. It's like the Fiesta Strips are just kind of there. Because mind you, they are inside this burrito, which has lots of sauces, lots of moisture, so they aren't really going to hold that firm crisp to them at all. They're a bit soggy, but again, they still taste fine. The seasoned rice is also there. It helps texturally. You could taste it a little bit, and it's totally fine flavor-wise. And same thing as far as the sour cream goes as well. It's like, could I taste faint notes of it? Yes, I could. But that's not to say that it's necessarily the most prominent component of this, because it's not. However, despite there being some ingredients that are definitely stronger, more potent, more prominent than others, it all blends together nicely. It's a decent item, it tastes good, and I'm happy to see that this is on the menu for good. It's just a little messy, but it's a good product otherwise. It tastes good. So therefore, out of 10, the grilled cheese burrito with the seasoned beef from Taco Bell, I am going to give it a 9 out of 10. I think it's a good item. Really nothing to complain about aside from the messiness, again, of the exterior. But it's a good item. It's nice to see it back. Price is $4.79. Taco Bell, I'd say they did a good job here. So now get it whenever you want, because it's here and it's staying here. That's all that I have for you. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'm your host, The Report of the Week.